Good morning and welcome to Cindy's Kitchen. We are so happy that you are here today. So I'm using my cast iron skillet. I'm hoping that you have a cast iron skillet. If you have a cast iron skillet, we're going to do everything in the skillet. If you do not have a cast iron skillet, you're going to need to use your skillet and then transfer what we're doing into a baking dish, because that's the warm dip, okay? You tried making roasted garlic yesterday. Well, wait, Lori, did you try or did you do? Because, Yoda would say, there is no try, there is only do. I can't do the voice. My husband does the voice for it. There is no try, there is only... No, I don't know. Anyway, 2 tablespoons of butter. That's what we're going to need in here, and we're going to turn on our heat, okay? I'm going to flip you to a down position. The warm dip is called a shrimp scampi warm dip. Do you like shrimp scampi? No pasta today, but we are gonna make something that tastes just like a shrimp scampi. You did it! Yay, Lori! I'm glad you did it. All right, so we've got 2 tablespoons of butter in our cast iron skillet, or whatever kind of skillet you want. Like I said, if you use your cast iron skillet, then we're gonna do it all in this one skillet and stick it in the oven. If you do not have a cast iron skillet, you're gonna have to have a baking dish ready to pour this into and then put it in the oven. We've preheated our oven to 350 degrees. Why, yes, I did. Hey, Kathy. Kathy actually did the orange barbecue chicken last night and sent me a picture. I hope you guys liked it, Kathy. Okay, so 2 tablespoons of butter in our cast iron skillet. I'm gonna go ahead and tilt you down a little bit, just so, and I'm hoping you can see the skillet, and I'll do one of these. Hello? I'll do one of these. All right, so our butter is melting. Now, you can use regular size shrimp for this. The thing is that most of the recipes, when you use the regular size shrimp, it tells you to cut the shrimp up. Well, that's kind of defeating the purpose for me. So I'm using these little salad shrimp. See these little frozen salad? I mean, they were in the frozen. They're almost defrosted. The little salad shrimp, and that way I don't have to cut them up. If you're using, and I have 8 ounces, so that's 2. Each of these little bags is 4 ounces. So I'm using 2. If you prefer the big shrimp, that's fine. You're just gonna have to add a step, okay? Now, and also you're gonna have to cook them longer because you're gonna have to wait for them to turn opaque, right? Or pink, whatever. All right, so now we have that. We're gonna add salt. We're gonna add pepper. And it's always pinches, right? Pinch, pinch, pinch. Pinch, poke, you owe me a Coke. We're also gonna use a pinch of cayenne. Hey, Diane, good morning from West Michigan, because this needs just a hint. So, like, not a full half tablespoon or anything like that, just a pinch, okay? Now we're also gonna go ahead and put some garlic in here. Now you know me, I'm using roasted garlic. And so if you don't have roasted garlic, you can use minced garlic. Just go ahead and raw garlic, just mince it up. Good morning, Marla. Marla, you're here, I haven't seen you in a while. Hey Alice, good morning. See how I minced it up? If you have no garlic in your house, shame on you, no. If you have no garlic in your house, then you could use garlic powder. That would be okay. Maybe, I would say a half a teaspoon, because it's a little bit more potent. Potent, I tell you. Just had a thought about the crab cakes. Cut the top and bottom off a tin can with a can opener. Yeah, it might work with those cans of, the big cans of chicken. That might work. Because I'm thinking like a can of soup would be too tall and thin. Crab towers, yeah. There's a recipe that Rob makes, Julie's husband makes, that I want to make. But I need some stuff. So anyway, okay. So we have our shrimp. We have 2 tablespoons of butter. We have our shrimp. We have salt, pepper, cayenne pepper, and we have about 3 or 4 cloves of garlic that we've smooshed all up. Let me check my ingredients. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Now we're gonna add 2 tablespoons, we could measure even, of lemon juice. Use fresh lemon juice if you got it. I don't. There we go. 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Because, you know, when you're doing seafood, you always want a little lemon in there. That acid is really good. Butter, lemon, and garlic. Hello. This is so good. Butter, lemon, and garlic. Okay, we're cooking this maybe a minute, maybe 2. If you were using the big shrimp that you're then later going to have to cut up, you want to cook it long enough, maybe 3 or 4 minutes, just until the shrimp are done. These are little baby shrimp, so they don't really have to cook. They'll cook in the oven. Okay, so that's enough. That's enough? Is that enough? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, turning the stove off. I've turned my stove off. If you have an electric stove, obviously move it off of there, because, you know, that takes longer. But I have a gas stove, so I have no more heat coming to here. We are going to take 4 ounces of cream cheese. So, you know, that's half of it. That's half of a brick. All right? I kind of just cut it in little chunks, but 4 ounces of cream cheese. And we're just going to swirl this around because we need the cream cheese to melt. Okay? So we're going to swirl. Swirling. That's why I cut it in little chunks. Can you see? Good morning was accidentally on yesterday's. Well, that's okay, Lisa. Lisa, you doing all right? Lisa and I went to the same high school. Okay, anybody else having something fun today? I don't have anything. Oh, I do have to tell you a story while I'm doing this. Because, you know, I want the heat off. I don't want everything to keep cooking. But I just need to smush the cream cheese. And this is hot enough. Your cream cheese really should be room temperature. Mine was. But, you know, there you go. Okay, so I'm just kind of smushing. So I have to tell you, so you guys know that I crochet, and I always tell you I have like all, you know, three real passions, and it's cooking, Polish pottery, and crochet. Those are like the 3 main things that I do. Anyway, so our church group, we're called the Prayerful Stitchers, in case you didn't know. Hey, Joe, good morning. Anyway, so we're making shrimp scampi warm dip. And so we have a Zoom call every Monday, like at 1 o'clock. And so I'm on the Zoom call, and then they're talking about scarves, and it just, I don't know where my brain has been. Probably with you guys. I've been with you guys. Okay, that's melty enough, I think. There's a few little chunks, but melty enough. All right, we're going to add the rest of our ingredients. So we are going to need 1/4 of a cup of sour cream. You please measure if you so desire. Okay, 1/4 of a cup of sour cream. We are going to need 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. Okay, hold on. I'm going to use this. 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. Not the whip, the mayonnaise. Okay? Mayonnaise. We're going to need 1/2 cup. Here, let me stir that in just a little bit. La, 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 la. I may want some more cayenne pepper in there. Do you like it hot and spicy? If you like it hot and spicy, you can put a little bit more cayenne in there. I think I might. Okay, we're going to put... What did I say? 1/2 cup? What did I say? 1/2 cup. All right, but which is, you know, 2 handfuls. 2 handfuls of shredded mozzarella. Shredded mozzarella. We are cheese heavy in this. And then 1/4 of a cup, which is not as much, right? That's just 1 handful of parm. What? There we go. Hot and spicy. Okay, Gail says hot and spicy. So, hold on. Gail says hot and spicy, so I'm spice it up. All right, I'm adding more. Whoa! Okay, well, hot and spicy it is. Lots of cayenne in there. And then I'm going to add about 1/4 cup of chopped flat parsley. Hey, Beverly, good morning. Okay, parsley. In we go, parsley. All right, that's all of our ingredients. So now I'm going to give this a stir. Yum. Okay, lots of cheeses. We had so many cheeses in here. We have cream cheese, we have mozzarella, we have the mozzarella, and we have the parm. We have sour cream, we have mayo, we have garlic, and we obviously now have a lot, I tell you, of cayenne pepper. I had said a pinch. Okay, we're gonna spread it so it's even. We're about getting ready to move. We're almost done, that was it. All right, so we're gonna do that, and then I'm just gonna take a little bit more mozzarella, a few drops of hot sauce. I would do that, but I've already put so much cayenne in there. Just a little bit. I mean, you don't need a whole lot, but I just want that little bit of bubbly cheese on the top. So, well, I'm not getting much out of the package. There we go. Just a little bit of that bubbly cheese on the top, so a little bit more mozz, and ta and da. That's it. Into our 350-degree oven for 10 to 15 minutes. And that's it. We're going to go make our, oh, instead of the extra. Yeah, okay, good. Because I was like, I don't think I can handle that. Ready? Up and into the oven we go. Now again, if you don't have, all right, we're moving. Grab your coffee. If you don't have, are you moving? Hello? See, we're moving. If you do not have a cast iron skillet, then obviously you're gonna need to take the mixture that we just put together and you're gonna need to put it in a baking dish, okay? So that's what we gotta go. All right, ooh, more coffee. How about that? Like 10 minutes. 10 minutes and we already have our first dip in the oven. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Remember the other day on Saturday when we made our cook-along Mexican soup? And I told you that you could either use pinto beans or black beans. I mistakenly opened both cans of beans. And that meant I had an open can, well, I put it in Tupperware, or Rubbermaid, whatever, black beans. So I'm like, okay, now what am I gonna do with the black beans? Because, you know, you don't throw stuff away. So that's why we're making a black bean guac today. Okay, so what do we need for our black bean guac? Let's get started. You ready to get started? Let's get this party started. Okay, I'm gonna tilt down because I want you to be able to see. Hold on, let me do that. Can you see? There you go. You can see, right? You can see. Okay, all right. We're gonna start with the black beans. And you know what I need to do? Let me get another bowl. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. So these beans, you need to drain and wash your beans. So you know what? I'm gonna have my little sous chef, Jessica. We just put these straight from the can. So you see all that? They actually need to be drained and then rinsed because we don't want all that guck in there. Why? Because that dark black liquid is gonna make our dip kind of icky. Now you're gonna need a bob. Get out your bob. This is my bob today. That's your big old bowl. There's my bob. Is that beautiful? I love that. Happy. I think if you're making any kind of cold dip like this, oh, okay, Joanne, have a great day. I hope it's a good appointment, not an icky appointment. All right, so I'm gonna start with, the black beans would go in, but I'm gonna start with my tomatoes, okay? Now, I've got 3 tomatoes, about just a normal size. They're not Romas, they're just, you know, regular old maters. They're not the big ones, but they're not the teeny tiny ones either. You can choose how big of a chunk you wanna, what is up with that? How big of a chunk you want to cut your tomatoes in. I like to do, you know me, perfect bite, so I don't want them too big. I want them, you know, kind of in a bite-sized piece. So you can kind of get an idea about the size I cut my tomatoes. That one needs to go there, and that one needs to go there. Okay, so this is just going to go into big old bowl. That was 1. I'm gonna use 3 tomatoes. It is a pretty pattern, isn't it? I do so love it. It is I don't know who does it. Hold on, let me see. It is an Andes pattern. Oh, my camera's backwards. Hold on. Oh, there. I have to find the magic wand, and then the toolbox, and then switch. Nope, switch. There we go. Okay, ta-da! Cindy's Kitchen is now forward. So much technology. So much technology. Okay, so when Philip and I, for our anniversary, not this past year, but the year before, we went on a cruise, obviously, because, you know, we do. And then we stopped in Cozumel, because if you've cruised out of Galveston, you always stop in Cozumel. Oh, I miss it. Anyhow, that being said, You know, they have these little, I don't know if you've been on a cruise before. Who's been on a cruise? Tell me if you've been on a cruise. And if you've been on a cruise, say where to. Say where you went. We've only been like Caribbean, Eastern and Western Caribbean. We've never cruised anywhere other than those places. But if you cruise out of Galveston, you always go to Cozumel because, you know, it's the closest place. And so they have excursions, you know, that you can sign up for. And it was just he and I. And I want to say it was the first time that we had been on a cruise without the girls. Alaska. Ooh, Alaska. It was the first time we'd been on a cruise without the girls. So, you know, when you have your children with you, you have to be careful about what excursions. You know, you can't sign up for the, you know, tequila tasting with your small children. So, although they're not small, so there you go. Anyway, so I don't want that. Oh, let me cut that off. So we're by ourselves because it's our two, Alaskan and Caribbean, a few Caribbean. So we sign up for this. It's called, it was a great, if you go and there's an opportunity for you, assuming we can ever cruise again. My friend Lisa's not on. Lisa lives in Florida, so she is right there in cruise heaven over there. Alaska, Caribbean, all over, transatlantic. Vicky, I am so jealous. I am so jealous. Anyway, there's my 3 tomatoes. Anyway, so the excursion was called Salsa, and Margarita. Wait, salsa, and margarita. Yes, that was it. Good morning, Sherilyn. We were talking about you. Hold on, where's my wipey thing? Okay, I'm just gonna clean this off a little bit because I don't want tomato juice everywhere. Now, when some people make guac and they're using tomatoes, they seed them and take all the insides out or squeeze them to get the juice out. I don't necessarily do that. All right, I'm gonna use 3 green onions. Some call them scallions. I call them green onions. All right, 3 green onions. And then, you know, I never like that big chunk, so I'm just gonna slice those, the bottom part kind of in half. And then we're just gonna give a chop. And I'm gonna go the whole way up. Sherilyn, it was all good. No, we were just talking and Vicky had talked to you and she said, Vicky said she hadn't talked to you today. Nobody else? You can't see the cutting board very well. I'm sorry. I just didn't want my head. There we go. Is that better? Vicky, is that better? Okay, so I'm just cutting the green onions or scallions, whichever. You know, normally I always have everything all cut up, and then I just say, and dump it in. Okay, so there we go. 3 green onions into the into the big old bowl. All we have in there so far are 3 tomatoes. 3 maters. Okay, now what else do we need? We're gonna need some cilantro. Some of you don't like cilantro. You know, you could use parsley in this if you want. I mean, wholly up to you. I like a lot of cilantro in mine, so I'm going, what is that? That does not look like cilantro. I'm taking that off. So I'm gonna cut off about that much. See, now you see how it has all the stems and all that. I don't like stem it. Systemic. No, the only thing I've cruised was Van Buren. Okay, so I'm gonna, what is that? That's like a handful, and then we'll see how much it is when we chop. So Britt and I grew up in small town Oklahoma, and in small town Oklahoma, although at the time Enid was the 3rd largest city in Oklahoma. I don't think it is anymore, but I don't know. And so on Friday nights or Saturday nights, I don't even remember what it was, you know, there wasn't a lot to do. So you cruised up and down the main drag, and our main drag was Van Buren. That was the name of the street after, you know. Okay, so look at that. What do you think? Quarter of a cup of cilantro. Those of you who don't like cilantro, just don't add it. Or add parsley, that's fine. It's gonna have a different taste, but that's okay. Okay, here's our black beans. That's just 1 can of black beans that have been drained and rinsed. Dumping those in there. All right, the last thing is the guac. The last thing are these. And I saved this till last because to me, it's kind of a pain in the patukas, right? I roll, I turn, eye open. There we go. Then you take your knife, bam, oops, bam, take out the pod. The pod, I tell you. Now the pod won't come off. Oh, there. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and open a couple of these because, you know, once I do the other thing, my hands will get all yucky. So see how I just kind of turn it? Except I missed. There we go. Oh, and it came apart. Clunk, oops, clunk, and turn. And there's your pit. Ugh. So a whole bunch of you have not been on a cruise. It is a good looking avocado, isn't it? You never know. Do you know, sometimes you go to the grocery store and the produce section, it doesn't matter which one you go to, and the produce section looks like, you know, the most beautiful thing ever. And then other times, ta-da, other times you go and it's like, where's all the produce? Like somebody came in and took it all. Hey, Loisan, good to see you. Okay, I'm gonna do, that's 3. Let me see. How many do you think? I'm gonna do 4. I guess I could have done equal. I did 3 tomatoes. I could have done 3. Can you tell I'm making this up as I go? There you go. There, turn, and there you go. Off. Now we could grow, we could sprout those. All right, so now you have an option. You can scoop them out and then chop them up on your cutting board. Or you can do, you know, where you do the little slices on here. The only thing I warn you about being careful is because there have been times when I've gone through. All right, so once you do your little crisscross pattern, you just take your tablespoon. Small or big avocado? These are small. These are the small ones. And you know, I like the ones, okay, see how it's all coming out in little chunks? And then I'm just gonna dump. We love cruises. Bahamas and Alaska, of course, canceled. Caribbean and Alaska. I know we've had 2 cruises canceled already for this year. Very distraught. Distraught, I tell you. Okay, so again, basically, we're just gonna cross-hatch. I'm gonna cross-hatch all of them, and then we'll scoop. And so what that's doing is just already dicing. Now, of course, like I said, you could scoop it all out and put it on your cutting board if you don't feel comfortable doing it this way, and then dice them up. And the only difference, really, is that your cutting board has, you know, smushy guac all over it, right? Hey, if you're watching the replay, if you are not live with us, make sure you put #replay. #replay. I'm always, oh, no, where is Gail? I haven't checked my dip. Oh, there it is. Yum. Okay, I'm gonna let that rest while we finish. Oh my gosh, where is Gail today? Cindy, I did not do the cruise with HG. Something was going on that year. I don't know what it was. I think one of the kids was sick. You never know. You never know. And then, you know, during hurricane season, with my husband having to like be on the emergency team, it's not like you can go out of town, you know. So there we go. All right, cross hatching. I know this has taken a long time. You're probably going, really, Cindy? But, you know, I wanted you to see how long it really takes. Okay. Ugh. Here's our bob. Can you see the bob? Bob. There we go. All right, so again, I'm just going to use my spoon. You see how we get little dices in there? And then that's all you do. How cool is that? How cool is that? Okay. La, la, la. Anyway, so, I was telling you a story. Gail, you forgot. I know. You're my timer. You're my don't forget, Cindy. Open the oven. Check the thing. Ah, let me down, Buttercup. Anyway, so I was telling you about the excursion. And so it was called Salsa, and Margarita. And so they looped you up because it actually started with the margaritas. And so they, Philip and I, since it was our anniversary, they brought us up as guinea pigs. Yeah, go figure, right? And we made 2 different kinds of margaritas, and they made us do shots because, you know, when you're the guinea pig. And so we did like a strawberry margarita and a regular margarita. And they taught you how to make them. It was all cool. I need the bag that was in. Anyway, and they just keep filling them. They just keep refilling the margaritas. Every time you like take 2 sips, they come by and refill it. In the meantime, they bring you all of the ingredients to make salsa. 2 different kinds of salsa, like a regular, no, 3. We did 2 salsas. We did 2 salsas and a guac. How is your daughter doing in school? Oh, I will tell you about that, Presley, in just a second. Okay, so that's what we have in here. We're gonna do salt, and you're gonna say, Cindy, way too much salt. But remember, we got tomatoes in here. Tomatoes need salt. They just do. All right, and pepper. I like pepper. So I would say a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of pepper. Now, the last thing you can do is put in a jalapeno, and that's what I'm gonna do. There's the jalapeno. Hello, hello. If you don't like it hot, do you like it hot? Some like it hot. Then you don't have to do this. Now, this is the little bag from the produce section that I put the jalapeno in, see? But if you touch that jalapeno and then touch your eyes, bad things will happen. So instead of getting like a rubber glove or something, look, you can just do that. If you don't have a little bag like this, you can always just get a Ziploc bag and do that. All right, and again, this is your choice as to whether you cut out the seeds and the stem in there, the white stuff, that's like, it's called the pith. If you want the pith and the seeds, that's fine. You certainly can leave that in. I scrape out, because I want the jalapeno, but I don't want to die. And quite frankly, we put a lot of chili powder in the shrimp scampi dip. So, good. You can't see when I use this. I'm not accustomed. Okay, there we go. Okay, so my daughter is doing okay. I actually got to FaceTime with her on Saturday. And she's being very responsible. I'm very proud of her. Okay, now, again, we're gonna dice this up, and you can decide how big you want your slices of jalapeno. I'm very impressed, and I knew that, you know, she's very responsible, and so I knew that already. But I asked her, I said, so have you had any get-togethers or, you know, anything like that? I think I may only use half of that. I think it smells very hot. So I said, have you had any get-togethers or parties or dances or anything like that? Because, come on, did you go to college? Come on, right? And she gave me a look. I mean, it was a FaceTime. She gave me a look and was like, Mom, that would be irresponsible. Irresponsible, she said. And so, you know, I had a moment of pride. Okay, so there we go. I'm gonna dice this up really fine because I just do not want big old chunk of jalapeno. Anyway, so I was kind of proud about that. I was kind of proud. I was like, oh, look at that. And I do want her to be safe. And she is really good about wearing the mask and maintaining social distancing and all that kind of stuff. At the same time, tell me if this is me being a bad mom. Probably being a bad mom. At the same time, I'm a little sad, right? I mean, I certainly, you know, I say prayers that she doesn't act like I acted when I was in college because that was not good. I may look all nice right now, but in college, I was a naughty girl. Naughty, naughty, naughty. Okay. Lots of jalapeno in there. Okay, so I just did a half because this one is hot. Hot, I tell you. Okay, hot, hot. There we go. And then the only liquid we're gonna put in here, we're moving this. The only liquid we're gonna put in here is lime juice. If you have an actual lime, use 2 limes, roll them, cut them, squeeze them, okay? I don't have limes, I have lime juice, all right? And so how much? Yum. Let's see. It's however much is in here. 1, 2 tablespoons. That's what I'm putting in because that's what I have. a lot of my recipes are what do I have in my refrigerator or my pantry. Now to this, the only spices we've added so far are salt and pepper and that lime juice. I am going to add just a half a teaspoon of ground cumin. Why? Because I think everything tastes better with ground cumin, and a sniff of chili powder. Just a sniff. A fourth of a teaspoon. Not a bad mom. I know, I want her to learn. I want her to be studious. I want her to be responsible, and yet at the same time, I do want her to have a good time. I mean, I have great memories of parties and friends that I made and things that I did, even though I don't necessarily want my children to do those things. Okay, look at that. Hold on. La 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 la. La 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 la. Look at that. Is that gorgeous? Look how pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. It is luscious, luscious, luscious. Okay, so let's dish this up and taste. All right? So here we go. Look at this. Little platter with some tortilla chips. These are called tortilla strips. But anyway, any kind of tortilla chips, right? And then you could have, so I know I called this a dip. You dip. I called this a dip, but quite frankly, this is a great lunch. Or if, you're having a light dinner, this is a great lunch or dinner, I think. There you go. What do you think of that? It's storming in Denton. Oh, Lori, I'm sorry. Maybe the weather will come here. What do you think of this? Thumbs up, hearts, yay. You think you will make it? It sounds good. No, yes, maybe. Look at that. I'm going to get up close. Yum. Look. Yum. Yum. There we go. All right, so we have to taste, because that's a rule here in Cindy's kitchen. So the perfect bite, there's a tomato, there are black beans, there we go. There's a little jalapeno. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah. Wait, where did the jalapeno? Oh, there. Wait, is that the jalapeno? Yeah. Okay, ready? Here we go. Mmm. Mmm, 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 mmm. Mmm. Lunch. Mmm. So good. Mmm. Okay, so that was one. Mmm. You must make this one. So easy, really? Really? A little slicing and dicing. Wow, that jalapeno hit me in the... Yeah! Okay, I'm gonna go get the other one. Look at this. Look how pretty that is. Mmm. Okay. Hold on, I gotta get another spoon. Okay, now this one, oh, man, this one you could just serve right in here. Is the thing still hot? A little bit. Oh, wow. Yum. I wonder if I should just, nope, you know what I'm gonna do? Look, I made something else. I am drooling, I know. Ouch, ouch. Look at this. So I took, I don't see it, a large baguette. You know the thin baguette bread? You were late because you found out the reservation for our family vacation of 15 and Destin's 2 weeks is not showing up. They canceled. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Oh, Sherilyn, that's awful. Can't wait to try. I just turned in after a Zoom meeting. Oh, so good. All right, so I took those and I used my new toaster, my Dash toaster. Look at that. Is that the coolest color ever? And you can see through. You can watch it cook. You can watch it toast. The only weird thing is, look, it's just like one big long slot instead of, 2 pieces of bread fit in there, but isn't that weird? I'd never seen anything like that. Okay. So I just took and toasted. I cut it kind of, at an angle so that I would get these, these size instead of round. And I toasted them up. Put them, this is my little dip, well, it's a little baker. But I put that in there, and then I put the matchy bowl. It's a pedestal bowl. Look how pretty that looks, right? Okay, so now I'm gonna put my dip in there. Oh, yum. Look at the cheese. Yum. Oh, Yum. Look, you could have this for lunch too. I'm gonna put about half of it in there. There we go. Oh my goodness. Butter, cheese. Look at that. Now if you want, we can do this. We can, hot, get a little of your parsley, because we didn't use it all, right? We didn't use it all. And if you don't want to cut, do this. Watch. Take your scissors. I know, I said it's a dip, but you could have it. Look, just take your scissors. These are my kitchen scissors, by the way. And just do this. And that way, I mean, you could tear it into strips, but if you don't want to chop, and then you've got some parsley on the top. How cool is that? Okay, see? Look at that, look at that, look at that. Yum! Oh, come on, thumbs up. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I know, Eileen, you can't do shrimp. All right, so shall we see what it tastes like? I would just dig in, right? I would just, but that's probably not the polite way to do it. So I'm gonna do this. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look, I'm gonna go, yep, right there. Oh, see, isn't that better to use the salad shrimp than to have to cut your shrimp up or to have that big old shrimp? Ready? Here we go. Oh my. It's so rich. The butter, the garlic, all the cheeses together. You could put this over pasta, but I am telling you, there is no pasta necessary. This is a fantastic dinner or lunch. I mean, quite frankly, this could be your dinner. You could use this as your salad or appy, and this is your dinner. Wow, 2 great dips today. Two, whether you like it warm or you like it cool. Whatever floats your boat. I hope you had a good time today. We will be back again tomorrow at 11, just like every day. So I hope you had fun. Share with your friends. Tell them if there's somebody else that you think could use some ideas for meals. Because really, these are yummy. And this is my lunch right now. I'm having both of these for lunch. So from my kitchen to your kitchen, I hope your day, whether you chose the warm dip or the cool dip, is filled with yumminess. We will see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Have a great day. Bye-bye.